Hi guys, welcome to our channel Coding with Karthik. So this session we are going to discuss about Python operators in detail. Here you can see the list of operators. So arithmetic, comparison, logical, identity, assignment operators and others. Okay. So before we start the session, I'm requesting you to please subscribe to our channel Coding with Karthik and like this video and share the videos to others if you think this tutorial is really helpful. So thank you for watching this video and let's begin the session. So here I have defined two variables a equal to 5 and b equal to 2. So first thing, what is operator? So basically operator is nothing but which can perform actions or operations on variables or values or any data type in Python. So give example. So here if I print a plus b, right? So here this plus is the operator. So on this we can say this a and b are operands. So that means operand is nothing but value, or it can be a value, or it can be a variable, or it can be any data type in Python. So basically it is kind of can do the operations on operands. So this is about operator. Now there are different operators in Python. uh, First type is arithmetic operator, so which can do the general mathematical operations on variables. Okay. Just if I write this, so to do the addition we can use the plus operator, and to do the subtraction we can use a minus b, and to do the multiplication we can do the a star b, so which can do the multiplication. Okay, sorry. So and for division you can use a slash b, and for floor division you can use a double slash b. And we have modulus operator, we can use percentage symbol for modulus operator. So this is modulus operator, and next is final thing is exponent operator. So this is exponent operator. Okay. So if I run this, if I run this, you can see the output, right? So basically this is to, first one is to do the addition, this is for subtraction, this is for multiplication, and this is for division, and this is for floor division, this is modulus operator, this is exponent operator. Okay. So I think you're clear about these three, and as well as this one. Let me move stop. So this one, I think you're clear about these four operators. So this is exponent function. So since we have given 5 and we are providing 5 and 2, right? So that's why it is giving 5 into 5, which is 25. So this is how it works. Next here, this is division operator. You're clear, right? 5 by 2 is 2.5. There's no confusion in that. But when you come to the floor division, which is nothing but rounding the it is kind of rounding the results to the nearest integer, not to the upper one, to the lower one. So we have the 2.5, right? That's why it is giving value as 2. That means it is rounding down the value to the nearest integer. So and it is always less than to the results which is we are getting from the division operator. Okay. That means this is 2.5, and we always get the less than or equal to the division result. So that's why we are getting here 2. Okay. and and, and there is one more thing is this modulus operator. So this is to get the remainder. Remainder in the sense when you do the division, right? So basically, if you run, so select there. So this is we are getting 1, right? So 1 means when you run when you run the a modulus p, right, it will give the remainder. That means when you do the division, so let's say here at 5 and 2, so when you do the division like 2 2 is 4, then you will have the remainder as 1, right? So if you want to get the remainder, you can use this remainder option. We can use this modulus operator. Okay. This is these are all like arithmetic operators in Python. And next is comparison operators. So comparison operator is nothing but, let's say you have the two variables or you have multiple variables. Okay, if you want to check, if you want to compare the two variables, you have to use the comparison, this comparison operators. Okay. So let Let me give you example. So we have different comparison operators in Python. Let's say if you want to check equality, right, you can use the b equal to b. So, and one more thing, this comparison operators always give you the Boolean data type, nothing but either true or false. Okay, depends on the condition, depends on the variables. So it will give you the either true or false. Okay, so here if you see, right, we are just comparing a equal to b. That means we are checking either both the values are same or not. So if I run this code, you can see this is false since a and b are not the same, right? So that's why it is giving the false. So this is to check the equality between the operators. Okay, and next one is we have to check not. There's one more operator to check not equal, right? So then we can use this not equal. So if I run this, you can see true, right? Since a is not equal to b, so that's why it is giving the true. So if you want to check the inequality, you can use this not equal to operator in Python. So this, and if you want to check the greater than, you can use this a greater than b. So let me just write this. So first one is equal to and second one is not equal to. And if you want to check the greater than operator, you can use a greater than b. So if you run this, you see, right, false, true, true. So since a greater than b, so that's what is giving the true. And if you want to check the greater than or equal to, you can use a greater than or equal to b. And if you want to check the less than, you can use a less than b. And zoom operator a less than or equal to b. If I run this, you can see it false since a equal to b is false, right? Since a is not equal to, sorry, a is not equal to b, that's why it will become false. And next is a not equal to b, this is true, right? That's why it is coming true. And a greater than b, 5 greater than 2, so that's why it is true. And a greater than equal to 5, so that means either a can be a can be either greater or equal to the b. So here it is greater, right? So that's why it is giving the true. And if even if the b value is 5, then also it will give the true since a equal to b, right? So that's why we can get the true. And next is a less than b, since a is not less than b, right? So that's why it is giving the false. And a less than or equal to b, this is also false since a is either not less than b or either not equal to b, right? So that's why it is giving the false. So this is comparison operator. Next, logical operator. And one more thing, this comparison operator will be using mostly in conditional statements. Okay, and next operator is logical operator. So even this logical operator mostly useful in the conditional statements. Okay, even this one also will return the true or false boolean values. So that means mostly let's say it's kind of true or false. So if it's kind of and also it is used to combine the multiple let's say before you have seen this comparison operators, which is for conditional statement. So using this logical operators, we can combine those conditional statements together. Let's say if you have the multiple conditions, right, if you want to check the either all the conditions are satisfied, then you can use this and operate, you can use these logical operators. So here we have three types of operators in logical operators. So first one is and. So and is used to let me just write the condition. So a greater than 1 and b less than 5. So here if you see this a greater than 1, this is true, right? And b less than 5, b is 2, 2 less than 5, this is also true. So if you run the and, we are using and logical operator, right? So this will give you true only if the both the conditions are true. So that means this should be true, this condition should be true, and this should be true. Then only it will give you the true. In any other case, it will give false. Any one of this condition is false, then entire results will be false. So if I print out this, see this is true, right? So if I just make change to this one, right? If I just make it as a less than 0, okay, sorry, b less than 0, this is false, right? B not less than 0, right? Then if I check this, this is false. That means when you use AND operator, both the conditions should be satisfied. So then only we can use AND operator. So here you can understand that, that means we are joining the two conditional statements to check the uh, to satisfy the specific logic. So that's why we are using this logical operator here. And next operator, OR operator. So OR operator will become true even any one of the condition is true. So here a greater than 1 is true, right? And b any if let's say even if for the multiple conditions, even single condition is true, then the entire results will be true. See, right? This is true. So that means R is kind of if any one of the condition is true, then entire results will be true. And next thing is not. Not is nothing but is opposite to the results. Like let's say here it is a greater than 1 is true, right? But just if you see, right, this is false. That means this will become false. Since even this condition is true, since we are using not operator, so that's why it is become the opposite to the results. So that's why the final results is false. So this is the not operation. Next thing is identity operator. So identity operator is, let me just give example. So by that you can understand better. We have two operators in identity operators. Say, go to A. So before that, just suppose if I do this, so if I run this code, what will be the output? Can you expect what is the output for these two print statements? Just let me run the code. True, right? Since here this equality is just comparing the values. So here A is empty list and B is empty list and C equal to A. That means C is same as A. So that's why either A equal to B or A equal to C, both are become true. So that's why we are printing true. But using identity operators, so there are two operators in identity operator. So A is B and let me give AC. So that means it will check either both the variables are same object. In the sense, it is not comparing the values of that object, it is comparing the memory location of that objects. I mean, variable objects. So if you run this code, see, first one is false, second one is true. So that means here it is not comparing the values, it is comparing the object, I mean memory location of the variables. So if I print this, you can see, right, first one is become false. Since here A and B are different variables and even memory location also will be different. So that's why if you check the A is B, it is giving the false. And here A is C. Since A equal to A, here C also referring to the same object, I mean same memory location of the variable A. So it is kind of same kind of duplicate for the same, it's kind of duplicate reference for the same variable. So that's why if you check the A is C, it is giving the true. So this is the usage of identity operator. And there's one more operator in this, that is not, so which is opposite to the is. So if you print this, so you can check it. First one is true, since A is not same as B object, so that's why it is becoming true. And A is not as C, this is actually A is C, right? A is C is true, but A is not C is false. So this is not identity operator. And next one is assignment operators. So assignment operator is nothing but to assign the values to the variable. So that means let's say as we use like equal, right? Equal to is also um, assignment operator. So just let me give you example. So let's say you have a equal to 5 and b equal to 2. So here this equal to is the assignment operator, and there may other operators like you can use. So you can use like second use like A plus equal to B. If I print this, okay, see this is 7. So this is like assignment operation is similar to the statement like A equal to A plus B. So not only this, you can use any other operators like A minus equal to B. This will be like A equal to A minus B. And like not only plus or minus, you can use multiply in place of these operators, right? We can use multiply equal to, or you can use I mean modulus operator and equal to, and you can use anything. So this is all like this is to assign the, here this means that here it is like we are adding this b to the a and assigning to the assigning a value to the a again. So this means here we are just, it is instead of a equal to a plus b, are just writing a plus equal to b. So this is how the assignment operators work. Okay, so here not only this thing, you can use other operators also like a equal to b. This means a equal to a into b. So this is how it works. So you can use this assignment operators whenever you need. So basically we can use these operators during the while loop. So something like if you want to iterate, suppose let me give you example. So for I in, let's say you have one list, 1 2 3. If you want to iterate the list using while loop, okay, while I less than length of a, print a of I, and I have to do the increment of this I, right? Otherwise it will keep iterating. There's no end for loop, right? So infinity loop. So then we have to increment this I by 1. So if you run this, see, right, it is printing the elements in the list. So first we have assigned I equal to 0. This is assignment operator, and here this is loop, and here we are checking, this is a condition, I mean comparison operator, and this is entirely, this is condition. So if it is true, then we are just printing this AFI, which is element in the list. And since we have to increment the index, right, so I mean which is I value, so that's why we are just keep incrementing this I plus 1 equal to this one. This is this is like I equal to I plus 1. So first time it is 0, and next time it is become 1, and next time again it is become 2. So this is how to iterate the while loop using the assignment operator. Okay, next there is other operators in Python, like membership operators. So membership operator is nothing but let's say you have the list. So if you want to check either element is exist in list, I think I already discussed this thing in the previous session while we are discussing about list or tuple or any other data type. This is this membership operator is like if you want to check the element existing in the sequence, right? Something like if let's say 1 in A, so print exist, right? So if I run this, you can say this is exist. So that's why this one we can use. And there's one more thing, like we can use not in also. So let's say if I check 6 not in A, right? 6 is not A, right? So if it is true, then we should print not exist, let's say. So if I run this, you can say not exist since 6 not in A. So that's why it is printing not exist. So this is used to check the either element is exist in sequence or not, right? So then in that case we can use this I mean membership operators. Okay, and final one is a bitwise operator. So just give me example, so by that you can understand better. So bitwise operator is nothing but is to compare the binary, I mean binary format of the numbers. So that means it is also same to the kind of logical operator, but bitwise operators basically do the, I mean do the operations on the binary format of the numbers. So that means let's say you have the a equal to 4, and sorry, a equal to 4, and let's say b equal to something like 6. So, and there are multiple bitwise operators, that is something like AND operator. Let's say if you see the AND operator, which is we have to use the AND symbol. So print A and B, these are bitwise operators. So just let me print out this results, you can understand maybe. Yeah. So you can see it is 4, right? Since what is happening, right? So here for A, it is format is like let's say the binary format. I mean, the binary format for this for value 4 is 0 1 0 0, something like this. And for 6 it is something like 0 1 uh, 1 0. And if you have anything like if you want to check the binary format, you can check like uh, bit of A. So bin of, so to check the binary format, you can use this bin of function. So bin of method. So if you run this, see, right? So this is binary format is 1 0 0, and this is double 1 0. So when you do this A and B, right, it's become 4. Since uh, why it is 4 is, so when you do the AND operation, it will just check the either if the both values are 1, then only it will give you the 1. So if you check this one, right, 0 and 0 is 0, and 0 and 1 is 0, 1 and 1 is, so here 1 and 1 is 1, so here 0 and 0 is 0, so final value is 0 1 0 0, which is 4. So basically these bitwise operators do the actions on the binary format of the numbers, not on the actual values. I mean not in the integer format, is do on the binary format of the numbers. Okay, so this, so that's it for this session. So in the next session we are going to discuss about conditional statements in Python, like if else and else if statements. So this coming up session is really helpful and important also. Don't miss this next session, okay? And thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel Coding with Karthik, and please like this video and share this video to your friends or colleagues if you think this is really helpful, okay? Thank you for watching this video.